Welcome to the Birac IT podcast. This week we're going to talk about backup. This is not an exciting topic, but one that is important to us all, so please keep listening. We'll break this video into 5 sections. Point 1. What is a backup? A backup is a copy of your file or files in a second place. This could be a document or a number of documents that you've got 2 copies of in 2 different locations. That would be called a backup. Point 2. Why would you need a backup? In reality, disasters may not have happened to us in the last year, and you coped fine without a backup. You could have had a computer, mobile, or tablet stolen, broken, or even worse, damaged. This could also be due to wear and tear as our devices age. So next you'll be thinking, well, that doesn't happen to me. I keep up with the latest devices every 1 to 2 years. Even with the newest technology, this can still happen to you. Even with the newest technology, have you ever saved a file and lost some of the previous information? Have you even saved a file with an old file name? Accidental loss happens to us all. Even with paper files like a bank statement, you may have shredded a recent bank statement when you actually planned to shred an older one from a few years back. Let's say this has never happened to you. You've never fallen in any of these categories. Let's give another scenario where a backup would be useful. Let's say you run your own business or part of a bigger business and you delete some old files. Whether they're paper files or whether they're electronic files, you may have to keep those records for a number of years, depending on the country you're in. If you're working with outside countries, you've got laws of 2 countries or more. If one of those countries requires you to have the information for a number of years, then you may be asked at one point to produce those records. That could be an email, it could be documents, it could be physical paperwork. In that scenario, how would you show that evidence? Point 3. Let's go over some of the scenarios in point 2 now. Did you spot a scenario where a backup could have helped you? Like the clothes we wear, technology suffers from wear and tear. Having a safe copy of precious files could save us hours recreating them from scratch. When it comes to 2 documents that look alike, you may not realize that there was some new information in both documents, and not realizing this, you may accidentally delete one of the copies, thinking that you've merged the 2 documents with an up-to-date file. If later on a member of the team wrote a few sentences on a particular page, they would have to do that again. If you had the backup, you could at least then compare those 2 documents and make sure everyone's happy that the up-to-date information is in the master file. Point 4. Other benefits to backups. In one of our previous videos, we talked about viruses. If your computer has a virus, it may not be safe to use the files on your computer, as you could end up moving the virus from one computer onto the network or a number of the computers. In that scenario, if you have a backup, you could be safe from wiping all the information from a computer and starting with clean files. In some scenarios, the files on the computer would be damaged and unreadable. Now, our last point. What should I back up? The easy answer to this is everything. But there is more that needs to be done to ensure what actually needs backing up and what doesn't need backing up. For example, you might have a folder where you download software, whether it's iTunes, Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Office. If you can download that again, you may not need to back those particular files up. Equally, files that are on multiple computers or multiple systems, if you work in a team or multiple people even share the same computer, you need to make sure the files for everyone on every computer are backed up. Equally, with any application that you use in the business, it's advised that that information could be restored at a later date. So where that information is, somebody will need to know. And with backups, how long do you need to keep the backup? Sometimes you might say, we only need it for a week, we only need it for a month, a year. For legal reasons, you might have to keep them for 5, 7, maybe even 10 years. Knowing how much you need to back up and how long for determines what application or software would be best for managing the backup of your business files. If you would like to find more information on managing your backups or some best practices, please contact the team using the links in the description. We have also provided an application for you to manage your backups below. If you would like to stay up to date with future videos, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.